Hey YouTube, guess what happened? I finished my rifle. Oh yes. Hold on. Let's see if this light helps us out at all. Maybe, maybe not. Alright. Empty magazine. Empty chamber. Okay, so there's my LMT SOPMOD Stock. Remember what I was telling you about the numbers? I have it set on number 2 because this is just what works for me. Moving towards the muzzle, ASAP sling from Magpul. So basically I can seamlessly change from strong side to weak side without getting my 1 point tangled up. And now that I've showed you that, I will take it off. By the way, this is the Magpul MS2 sling. When it's around you, it can go from single point, put that up on a, there we go, quick detach, put it up on a swing swivel on your rails for a 2-point carry if you need to swing it behind your back or something. I actually have Daniel Defense rail mounted swing swivel coming to me pretty quickly. Alright, so moving forward, we got the Matech rear sight, the Gunfighter charging handle, Magpul MOE rear grip, the Geissele automatics 2-stage trigger, Magpul MOE handguard. This is that Arredondo enhanced Magpul release, or mag release. I don't know if you can tell, but it's a lot bigger, so when my hand sits there, it's just resting on it nicely, and it's nice and textured, and it's easy to touch. And as you can see, these nice Magpuls, or PMags, full freely out of this awesome Noveske Rifle Works lower receiver that I got 2 of these in a trade. And these are technically factory seconds. I don't know if we're going to be able to see, but that little shiny thing right there is a number 2, so that these are factory seconds. However, I've looked all over the outside, inside, everywhere, and I cannot see anything on it that would make it a factory second. 5.56 millimeter. I like that it says that. The other one that I got does not say that, but I think it looks pretty cool with it. Alright. Moving forward still, we got the Magpul BAD Lever, battery assist device. Just clamps onto your bolt catch right there. And basically, if I lift it up, if I push up on it with my trigger finger, I can lock the bolt back without having to take my supporting hand and hold the catch release back. And then I can also, with my hand up here, I can also push it down and release the bolt. So then we have the Eotech 552 with the GG&G Accucam mount, some Magpul XT covers, Magpul ladder covers, Magpul angled foregrip, and I got this in a trade. I didn't know if I was going to like it, but I actually do like it. It puts your supporting hand out, carrying the weight, making your rifle more stable. It's pretty comfortable. And then we have the Insight M6 and Insight Streamlight M6 laser light combo. I also, from the exchange today when I picked up my low receivers, picked up a coiled remote switch, so I can switch this out on the upper and coil it wherever I want it. I can't really figure out a good way to put it on the angled foregrip, and so that's why I took it off. But depending on when I take this out and start shooting with it, depending on how I like it. or when I put a better optic on it or something, I might switch back to my, because I'm used to using a grip pod. That's what I use on my issued M4 is my grip pod. So I might put my grip pod on here. I haven't decided, and if so, then I will put this on there. But it's good to have options. So we got that. Then we got the Troy. The light went off. Why did that happen? There we go. Troy Industries flip-up front sight. Let's see if you can see that tritium on it. It's at the front of. You're not gonna see it. Maybe not. I don't know. Whatever. Not really concerned. So what else to say? This has a Rock River Arms Lower Parts Kit installed in it, and it went in really nicely. This was my, believe it or not, this was my first. I got it as a strict low receiver, and this is the first time I've ever built a low receiver. And you might be like, well, you're in the Marines. Why don't you know to do that? Well, I'm in the infantry. I'm not an armorer. I've never taken apart. We're not even supposed to work on them as far as past cleaning and stuff. So if anybody watching out there that does not play airsoft, that is actually shooting real guns, I'm not knocking the airsofters, but that is watching this and wants to build their own low receiver, go become a member on AR15.com, which I am a member of, and go into the equipment exchange, which is on there. Not the new one, the old one. It says equipment exchange, not classifieds. And search for lower receiver disassembly kits, and there's a member on there that is selling these homemade kits that come with a lower receiver block, pin punch, a bunch of other little kits, a bunch of other little pieces and items, as well as a CD with PDF files on every step of putting every part into your lower receiver. And like I said, I've never built a low receiver. However, I did it tonight in about an hour. So, get a little beverage in there, the Pepsi throwback. It's badass. Okay. So, like I said, I'm going to move on to the trigger now. The trigger was a little harder to put in because it's a two-stage match trigger, and it's supposed to be installed by a qualified gunsmith, but I said to hell with that, and I did it myself. So I have no idea what the trigger pull on this is, since it's adjustable, and you're supposed to adjust it by bending the springs, and I didn't want to do that, so I just did it. And you know, whatever, without modification, whatever it is what it is. But so let's. I don't know if you're gonna be able to hear this or see the creep in it, but it is a. Okay, you see that movement right there? That's the first stage. Okay. First stage is supposed to be 3.2 to 4.5 pounds, I believe. It's not very much at all. And then right when I take the slack up, there it was. I didn't even mean to do that. Okay, so I take up the slack. That is a crisp ass trigger. Awesome. I love it. My wife's been yelling at me because I've been carrying it around the house now. So, also, if you get a Vltor extension with a LMT LMT SOPMOD stock, it's going to be a little bit tough to extend out, and that's because of this rubber butt cap. It's creating a suction in here. So it's easy to slip forward, but it's kind of hard to pull back, but that'll break in with time. So one last overall shot of the weapon. I love it. It's basically my dream gun that I've just assembled. However, as soon as I finished it, I started playing with it, and now I have to build a second one on the second receiver that I have. And I think I'm going to do an SPR Mark 12 Mod 1, but the upper receiver for that is around $1,400. So that will come in a couple years. Oh God, I'm at 10 minutes. Thanks for watching. See you later.